What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This here is Legitical Response. We cover political news, keep you up to date, and keep you informed with everything that the government does because we need to know what the government does. They do some underhanded stuff. That's what I'm here for, to try to bring you some of the news. We cover it and then we give our opinion. So if you're into that, hit that subscribe button for me. Don't forget to hit the like, too. If you don't mind, I would appreciate it a bunch. But let's go ahead and get into it because today we had another episode in the impeachment of Joe Biden. That's not going to happen. But it was, once again, as you see with a lot of these committee hearings, they're absolutely insane. The Democrats are insane. Some of the Republicans are insane. It's a lot of insanity going on. It's just crazy. But, you know, the Democrats make a very, very good point on this, you know. There's no smoking gun, so there's obviously no crime, right? Yeah, so you can't point to any one thing. So let's just throw the whole thing out. Ignore all the evidence that points in a certain direction. Let's just ignore that outright and just say, nah, screw it. You know, let's ignore the fact that Joe Biden entertained a quid pro quo. Let's, ignore the fact that Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, was working for Burisma, a foreign company in Ukraine, a gas company he was on the board of, offering no services whatsoever, that Joe Biden got a prosecutor that was investigating that company fired by withholding congressionally approved funds, loan guarantees. Yeah, he said, yeah, we all seen the video. If you don't fire the prosecutor, you're not getting the $1 billion. Trump was impeached for not even that. That's what they claimed he did, but that's not what he did. But Trump was impeached for that. And yet we can't get an impeachment for Joe Biden on the same thing. Now, it would be an impeachment of Joe Biden as vice president. I understand that's a complete waste of time, in my opinion. That's completely ridiculous. But that is evidence that points to a bigger conspiracy that's going on, right? And then Democrats love to point to the fact that we've got this guy, Alexander Smirnov, makes an allegation of Joe Biden taking a $10 million bribe. Yeah, that's not the whole thing. There's a whole lot more to that, but I'm going to keep it short for that reason. But, you can look into it if you want to know more about that. But makes this allegation, then gets arrested from the FBI, gets arrested by the FBI for quote-unquote lying. And all of a sudden, there goes your whole impeachment inquiry because this one guy got arrested by the FBI. They never question, did they actually arrest him for actually lying? Or are they lying? Because we know the FBI has never lied ever or has never done any kind of underhanded stuff to benefit somebody else, right? No, they've never done underhanded stuff. So we'll just take their word for it that he was lying. Yeah, they're just going to take their word for it. They just run with that fact. Don't question it whatsoever. Yeah, automatically he was lying because the FBI arrested him for doing so. Yeah, that makes no sense. I'm a little bit skeptical on that. We need to see some evidence for that. I would love to see some evidence. But can you get the mainstream narrative machine to cover that? Can you get any kind of independent investigator to get out there and get the evidence that proves that he was lying? No, we haven't seen it. We're probably not going to see it. But let's get into the story, because this one's just kind of funny. Hearing goes off the rails as former Hunter Biden business partner calls two Dem reps liars. Yes, that is a statement of fact. As a matter of fact, you could call every single politician a liar and that still be a statement of fact. Every politician lies. As a matter of fact, politicians enjoy what is called by them a super First Amendment freedom, I guess you could say. Yeah, they get to go on the House floor and they can say anything they want to. Yes, anything. Like people always talking about, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. Well, you can. You might get in trouble for it. But, there's limits to speech, right? You can't threaten people. You can't do all this other stuff. Well, the super First Amendment rights that politicians have while on the House floor, yeah, they can say absolutely anything they want to say. They can outright call Joe Biden a pedophile and make any allegation they want to. So, do you think that they are not going to take advantage of those rights? Yeah, they can say whatever the hell they want to, so yeah, they're liars. Of course they're liars. If you had super First Amendment rights, wouldn't you lie? Leave me a comment down in the comment section down there and let me know if you would take advantage of that and lie your freaking teeth off just for the lulz. Why the hell not? Check it out. The House Oversight Committee hearing went off the rails Wednesday as Hunter Biden's former business partner, Tony Bobulinski, accused Democratic reps Jamie Raskin and Dan Goldman of lying. Yes, they've lied a lot. They lied through their teeth. Pretty much all the time, they lie through their teeth. Yeah, no surprise there, right? Bobulinski said Raskin and Goldman will continue to lie to protect the Biden family, leading Raskin to interrupt him mid-sentence. Rep. Dan Goldman and Jamie Raskin, both lawyers, and Mr. Goldman, a former prosecutor with the SDNY from New York, will continue to lie today in this hearing and then go straight to the media to tell more lies, Bobulinski said. Hunter Biden's defense attorney, Abbe Lowell, weaponizes letters to Congress to try to smear my name. Mr. Chairman, Raskin interrupted. The cold hard facts, Bobulinski continued. Mr. Chairman, Raskin repeated. In an attempt to save his powerful connected client and his father, Bobulinski added, ignoring the interruption, I challenge Mr. Lowell to make those claims on national television so he can be held accountable for his lies. Oversight Committee Chair James Comer apologized to the witness for the disruption and urged him to continue speaking. Well, Mr. Chairman, you can save his time, but he called members of this committee liars, and I just want to know whether the order and decorum requirements in House Rule 11 apply to witnesses appearing before the committee, Raskin said. Does it apply or does it not? There's a hard line. There's decorum from the members. We've asked for that. There's no language that I'm aware of pertaining to a witness, Comer answered after a pause. Yeah, dude, that committee hearing was outright insanity. You got Democrats on one side trying to take up for Joe Biden because they can kind of see the writing on the wall there, and they always like to, kind of move in on the fact that there is no smoking gun. There is no direct check from, one of Hunter Biden's shell companies to Joe Biden directly. No, but there is evidence of Joe Biden taking payments that, just so happens that James Biden and Hunter Biden's, their shell companies, get a $5 million check deposited into one of these shell companies, and then, oh, lo and behold, a few weeks later, James Biden gets a massive deposit into his account, and then, lo and behold, a few weeks later after that, James Biden pays Joe Biden $250,000, and then a little bit later pays him another $149,000. And then there's all these other little smaller checks that there's a bunch of them, right? In case you haven't noticed any of those, go look it up. They're all there. There's a bunch of checks. And the timelines match up from, getting $5 million to the shell companies and then blah, 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 blah. I just spilled all that out. That is evidence. They keep saying, well, there's no evidence to prove he's done anything. Well, yeah, you're right. There's no evidence to prove he's done anything wrong. But there is evidence to show that there was something funny going on here, and there was influence peddling. There was definite influence peddling. Now, that, to me, has been proven outright, that Hunter Biden was peddling Joe Biden's influence. Now, the thing that can't be proven, and this is kind of Democrats' point, you can't prove that Joe Biden knew about that and condoned those actions. Now, you'd have to be a fool to think that he didn't know about that, right? I mean, you would kind of have to be a dumbass to think that Joe Biden wouldn't know what his son is doing, considering how often they actually discussed business. You know, they discuss business a lot. That's been proven outright. Joe Biden lied about that. Of course, we know Joe Biden lies about all kinds of stuff. Anytime Joe Biden says no joke, yeah, the sentences that came before that were most likely a lie. And we know that. That's no joke. From getting the prosecutor fired to the crap with CEFC, you know, there's just a lot of funny business going on. You know, the hard fact is, though, that you can't prove none of it. There's no connecting evidence yet. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence. But there is no substantive evidence that you can point to and say, aha, I gotcha. However, do you always need that substantive evidence? Yeah, not always. You know, you can put me on a jury and I would convict. But I'm just an idiot, right? I'm not on a jury. I'm not in Congress. So, you know, my opinion is absolutely worthless. Let's keep going with this story. Comer allowed Bobulinski to continue speaking after over 10 seconds of disruption. Bobulinski has previously alleged that President Joe Biden lied about his involvement in his son's business dealings by saying he never discussed business with his son. He previously said in 2022 the Biden family tried to commit fraud against him during his partnership with Hunter. Bobulinski was one among 5 business partners involved in Oneida Holdings, a shell company created in May 2017 with Hunter, James, and another 2 businessmen. They planned on using Oneida Holdings to form a business arrangement with CEFC. He further said the Biden family aggressively leveraged their family name to facilitate their business deals. He said in February that China tried to infiltrate and compromise the Bidens as well as the Obama White House. He alleged the now president enabled a profitable business between his son and a Chinese Communist Party-linked energy company and claimed that Biden family were enriched to the tune of tens of millions of dollars from such arrangements. Hunter has claimed the now president was never financially involved in his business arrangements. The then presidential candidate falsely said his son never profited from business deals in China. That we know to be absolutely false. That was a lie. We know Trump was telling the truth when he called Joe Biden out at that debate. That it's real funny too, because we find time and time again that a lot of times when Trump does tell the truth, that he is ahead of the curve on a lot of this stuff. He is way ahead of the curve on a lot of this stuff. Kind of like with Alex Jones. You know, Alex Jones told us about the pedophile island 10 years before we found out. But this whole situation is just insanity. You know, I see what the Republicans are trying to do. I see what they're trying to do. It's not going to work, unfortunately. You know, you're not going to get to impeach Joe Biden. It's just not going to work unless you can find some more evidence. If you find some more evidence, then sure. Because there is a very high bar when it comes to impeachment. The Democrats don't give a damn. They'll impeach somebody for a damn phone call where nothing happened. There was no quid pro quo. That was proven. But Donald Trump was impeached anyway. Who gives a damn? And he was impeached for an insurrection that he was never a part of. That's absolutely insane to me. But, you know, the Democrats are absolutely insane. But I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section, because y'all know my opinion. Let me know what you think. That's all I got for this one, y'all. I want to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. And y'all try to have a good day and be positive. Peace.